Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. The biggest debate going on in filmmaking right now is, of course, AI. And to my surprise, George Miller is excited about it. And so that's an interesting take because so many people are meeting this new technology with trepidation. So we're going to talk about what he had to say in just a moment. But before we get there, just a quick reminder that if you choose to join us in the comment section below, we don't have to agree, but we do have to get along. So play kind, be nice, and keep watching. All right, then. The renowned George Miller of Mad Max fame had some things to say about his excitement over the potential of AI. So we're going to read what he had to say and then talk about it very briefly. George Miller, the feted Australian director behind Mad Max franchise, has said he welcomes the disruption AI will bring to the movie business. In an interview with The Guardian, Miller said he has an intense curiosity about the technology and how it will influence storytelling in the future. The filmmaker was speaking after agreeing to lead the judging at Australian Omni AI Film Festival, which takes place in the coming weeks. His interest comes amid a lively industry conversation about Tilly Norwood, dubbed the world's first AI actress, and The Sweet Idleness, which is claimed to be the first film directed by AI. I have not heard anything about the film, though I did see a couple stories about Miss Tilly Norwood the other day, and she seemed to appear like a pretty generic type of avatar that people have been using for like 20 years online when you ever needed a fake cutie. But I digress. AI is arguably the most dynamic, evolving tool in making moving image, Miller said. As a filmmaker, I've always been driven by the tools. AI is here to stay and change things. And he said that he's always been driven by the tools, which sort of makes me think of George Lucas. I wish George Lucas were making movies right now because it'd be interesting to see what his take on AI is. The Happy Feet director likened the rise of generative AI to the introduction of oil paint, which gave artists the freedom to revise and enhance their work over time. A similar debate unfolded in the mid-19th century with the arrival of photography. Art has to evolve, and while photography became its own form, painting continued. Both changed, but both endured. Art changed. He added, "It's the balance between human creativity and machine capability. That's what the debate and the anxiety is about." Miller, who said he was looking for emotional resonance, not technical novelty, from Omni AI Film Festival entries, added that the technology is helping democratize filmmaking. I think that's the most important part there, and not even necessarily the filmmaking itself to a larger degree, in some capacity, but more of like the pre-production and the ability to pitch a movie by using AI to create concept artwork and the like, and trailers and such, to pitch your ideas when formerly you would have to have funding already set in place to hire people on to do this work for you. So I think this opens up some avenues for people who are basically on the no budget plan. It will make screen storytelling available to anyone who has a calling to it, he explained. I know kids not yet in their teens using AI. They don't have to raise money. They're making films, or at least putting footage together. It's way more egalitarian. So yeah, I know there's a lot of fear over this technology, and some people completely dismiss it automatically. It's like, it sucks, absolutely, get it out of filmmaking, it should go away. Well, you cannot defeat technology. It's coming, it's here, whether you like it or not. The way we choose to use it, that's a different matter. I don't see, and it seems like he was sort of in agreement here, I don't see AI completely replacing filmmaking in general and filmmakers. I think that the AI will, in fact, in one sense, sort of like the transition to digital, like it puts people who continue to film on celluloid to be sort of sought after in their own way. So I think that those who continue to work completely outside the realms of AI will be sort of sought after, but also really the spoils go to the people who are able to combine these two technologies in order to enhance their creativity, to evolve the format, to make it something new. You cannot defeat it. I remember, early 90s, mid 90s, at the very beginning, when in my lifetime where computers are first coming home to the majority of sort of more rural communities where I lived, and even first begin to have computer labs in our schools. And there was a very brief time where I resisted it before I sort of adopted it and sort of went headlong into it. And, my initial trepidation did not stop the advancement of the technology. So you can sit here and you can tell me AI is all bad 100%, but that's not going to change the fact that it is coming. There's certain aspects of our life where it will completely upend things. But in terms of creativity, that's the thing about creativity. It's to be creative, and I think that it's going to open up new avenues for people to be creative. It's going to open the floodgates and the doors for people who are working with no budget, allow them to sort of explore their creativity. Yes, it does have the potential to turn out like that episode of Star Trek where the alien species who couldn't have kids kidnapped a bunch of kids off the Enterprise. And then the one family was sort of renowned as artists, but they were basically using technology to create it, and the kid felt like, am I really doing this? Like, yeah, it's coming from your imagination, but he didn't feel like he was doing it because he wasn't actually carving the statues himself. The machinery was doing it. So there is that debate. But I think that, there's always going to be a place for the sort of the honesty and the authenticity of genuine creation. But, the lines are also already blurred. Once you enter the digital realm, you take that piece of celluloid and you enhance it with computer technology. And so I think that we're not at such, everybody thinks of this as being an inflection point. I think the evolution has already started. It's been in the industry in some small capacity for the last 20 years or so. It's accelerating, but I think that this is just the next phase of that. But I'm not worried. I think that there'll be some testing, some boundary pushing early on, but I think in general there's going to be a desire to use the technology responsibly within the artistic community. There will always be people trying to exploit it. I would say non-artistic folk, more people in sort of the marketing side, the business side. But there's sort of no replacement, I think, for human ingenuity, though when AI gets to such a level where the AI is making its own decisions, becoming the Data of Star Trek, becoming sentient, that's a whole nother level of the argument. And I would be interested to see, what kind of paintings does an android make? But as far as filmmaking goes, I'm not that worried. So how about you? Let me know. Are you excited about this new technology? I am. It'd be so easy to sit here and be angry and scared and worried, and I just think there's no positive to that. You have to throw your hat into the ring and sort of be a voice for reason and moderation, and to use these things in a way that is, I would say, responsible. So there you have it. Let us know in the comment section below, and I'll see you again on the next episode of Let's Talk Entertainment.